Welcome back to the Tu-Vie podcast, your TV movie entertainment needs podcast. I'm your host, James. Sitting with me, as always, is not my co-host. It's the birthday boy, Colin. How you doing, bud?
Doing pretty good.
Happy
Doing pretty good.
birthday. Before we get to something real quick, we thought he'd never make his return. We thought he was lost, and then he is found. The broken are repaired.
And then I got deeply ill.
He went to Horror Nights and saw something so scary. It nearly killed him. Cameron is back.
I got cordyceps from
you got yeah. We will get into that actually before the
that sounds painful. I don't know what that is, but
Colin, the things from The Last of Us that's the virus, like the infection.
Infection.
It's a real thing, by the way.
Clicker there for a bit.
Well, yeah, but also I'm dumb.
No, I get you, but it's a real thing. Like,
no, I get it.
I get you. No, believe me, I'm an idiot too. But those things are real. You know that, right? Cordyceps?
Yeah, no. That was.
But they can infect humans. It's a real thing that
game off of.
Well, yeah. So the virus and then video game. But the thing is that it mainly works with like bugs and different kind of animals. It hasn't worked on humans yet. Till some idiot on TikTok was like, "This is cordyceps," and I infected it with my own skin and blood, and everyone's like,
I saw that.
Everyone's like, We're done. This is it.
You know what's sad? And a zombie apocalypse or any apocalypse will start with a dumbass like that. You know that.
It's any three of us.
It's not gonna be anything cool. It's not going to be like a superhero stopping.
It's going to be Ricky from Tennessee going, "What did Button do?" and just cause it out.
I want to be one of them fungus zombies.
All right. Even though the strike is over for both WGA and SAG-AFTRA, which is good, we're going to be still keeping up with our writers' trend and writers' filmography. This is something we really enjoy doing. So we're keeping up with the trend. And for Colin's,
this week it sucks.
This week is not. It's not Cameron. Cameron's least favorite. Colin's most favorite. Zack Snyder. So let's get into it. Before we do anything, like I said, it's his birthday. Colin, I gave him a birthday gift last night. I picked him up from work and took him home because I needed to make sure he knew how this gift works. So, Colin, get your bag, please. Get the bag.
Okay. I was going to do a bit, but I didn't want to be mean.
What are you talking about? Bit. Okay, so is the logo facing you?
Gotta push so much stuff.
So is the logo facing you?
Oh yeah, the logo's facing.
Okay,
yeah.
You might want to de-blur the background for a bit because I or somehow keep it in frame with what you're saying. So just put the box in front of you. So, okay. So did you have the card? Did you look at the card? Do you have the card?
Yep, I have the card ready.
Show the card to the camera, please.
All right. It's
Turn it sideways. Turn it sideways. Other way.
Oh, other way.
Card.
Yeah, no, it's backwards.
Please open it.
Okay.
Took a lot of effort.
Yeah.
Read it out.
It says birthday with a smiley face.
Turn the birthday.
It's so heartfelt.
There we go. Birthday. Okay, so for the gift, I need you to open up the left side. Let me know when you have it. Let me know when you have your hand on it.
This is very complex.
This is so funny. The left side, just put your hand on it. Like put your hand on the box.
On the box.
On the box. Okay, do you feel something in there?
Yeah, I feel something.
So you can start taking it out. So I know Marvel's had some hit and misses with some shows and everything, but I was in Target and I found a Funko Pop of your favorite character. Show it to the camera. Yeah, She-Hulk, baby.
Yeah.
Can't really see it that well, but hold on. Now,
biggest fan of She-Hulk right there.
Hold on, biggest fan, loves it. Now, put the box down. On the right side, take out the box, please. You can start taking it out.
Take out the blurry effects because I want my sadness to really be shown.
Okay, so grab the other box now. Move the She-Hulk box real quick out of the way. Okay, now
this is what you do after.
No, I know that one was a gag gift. This is an actual gift for you.
And so Captain Marvel.
No. You can't have something that's not from the heart and without meaning. Just like you can't have She-Hulk without Jen Walters.
Wow. He's so thoughtful.
My heart is full
Hold
of
on.
joy and happiness, and thank you.
Tell you the original plan. There's a Target that I shop at sometimes that has like the
Oh,
one.
this has an origin story. Cool.
You know like the 1 foot Funko Pops that they have, like the big old ones. There
the
was one
ones
of
that are more thoughtful.
yeah, there was big ones. There was one of She-Hulk. I'm like, I gotta get him that one, but it was like $26, and you can't really afford that. So I found those two, and it was a super good deal. It was 2 for $8.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. You're welcome.
His
Yeah.
favorite.
His favorites.
Almost dropped it. That would have been awful.
You don't know how long I've waited for this moment, Colin. I've waited like a month and a half.
Yeah. This is I feel I'm
It's
happy.
not even that funny, but for me, it's possibly the best gift I've ever given. So Zack Snyder, Colin, like we do every single time, and Cameron, actually, you haven't been here in a while, so you may have forgotten this.
Yes.
But with every director writer, we do what we call the top 4 known for. It's what the top 4, the movies and stuff that they have done. Colin, kick it off with Zack Snyder's top 4 known for.
Zack Snyder's Justice League, Man of Steel, Batman versus Superman, and this is interesting. I'm gonna go with 300.
Okay, Cameron.
Same, but Watchmen instead of 300.
Wow. Okay. So Colin got 2 out of the 4 yet again. Colin's a winner on this one. I'm just most right. It goes 300. So I'm gonna go a certain way here. It goes 300, Zack Snyder's Justice League, Army of the Dead, and Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah, because he produced it.
Oh right, that
Produced it.
IMDb is weird.
I forgot he was a part of the team too. And so when I found out it was Wonder Woman, I'm thinking the Owls movie couldn't make the top 4. Did you guys watch that movie, by the way? Did you watch Owls?
I loved Go. That
Did you
might
really?
be like the one movie of his that I loved as a kid.
I watched it once when I was a kid.
A long time, but I remember enjoying it when I was a kid because I loved the books.
You read the books?
Yeah. That was like one of my childhood series.
Wow.
There's like a lot of
Sorry,
books.
I hate to cut y'all off. I really do. Do you hate me? I'm staring at this thing and I'm like, what did I do?
No, you're real. No. For an actual gift, we're gonna go to a really good place.
Make sure you're not mad at me or something.
No. I just wanted to give a gag gift. Well, no, we'll go to dinner at the spot
Sorry,
not too far
cut
from your
y'all
place.
off. Go back to it.
I just wanted to know that the very small space you have in your room is now a little smaller because you have 2 Funko Pops. It's those personal victories. You got to fight for.
It's the little.
I think I'm gonna put this. Other than the
don't
garbage.
you dare throw it away. There's a lot you can do with them. Stop. We'll get to this.
Yeah, there was a lot Marvel that could do with them, but
It was either this, well, it was either those 2 things or the Michael Keaton's Batman grappling gun, and I just went with my heart.
you should have went the
And
other
it
way.
actually
Around.
shoots out and retracts and everything. So I just thought,
Yeah, that's. Thank you. Thank you so.
Oh, you're welcome, Colin.
I
Love you, buddy. Happy 22nd. So Zack Snyder, as we all know, he is our director of the week, and I'm trying to pull up his page that I had. Okay, so Zack Snyder, he has 29 director credits, 3 writer credits, and 5 actor credits, which I don't know if you guys all catch his
He was on Teen Titans Go.
Was he?
Yeah, it was.
I never saw it. So
Go to his acting credits. It should be like his most recent one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a little like the bit was that the Titans wanted to be Zack Snyder fight or something like that.
Oh, I saw a TikTok about something
I
like
think
that.
he actually did like the direction or like the storyboards of how he wanted it. So he actually did do it.
I bet. He also was person in coffee shop in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Wonder Woman.
Where Lois Lane. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. In Wonder Woman, he was the U.S. soldier.
Yeah.
In Watchmen, he was commando in Vietnam, and in Dawn of the Dead, he was commando at the White House. So this man's been across the planet.
There's actually one more. in the summit meeting in Batman versus Superman, he was one of the cameramen.
Really?
Yeah, he was.
Wow.
But like, it's like one of those, like, you know, you really actually have to like.
I think it's Cameron's best moment, because at that Congress hearing, something, you know,
Granny Smith apple or whatever the
Granny's peach.
piss jar.
Listen, we can all sit here and say that the warehouse fight scene is the greatest fight scene and one of the best decisions.
well, that leads me to my next
made.
question. Is that what is his favorite fight scenes? Because he's known for his fight scenes. And just fair warning, there are parts of this episode where I'm going to slow down at random points, just for the fact of slow motion. So here we go. And I like Cameron's Dutch angle. This is really intuitive.
Yeah.
So Colin, what do you think is his best fight scene then? Is that warehouse?
If it's not the warehouse, then it's the Zod fight in Man of Steel, like the end one where it like that reached that climb, like when it reaches to the point where like Superman.
Oh, spoiler warning, by the way, for the movies.
Yeah. Yeah, spoilers to a 10-year-old movie. And the thing is that like I don't know, because like I love Man of Steel's like a lot of it. If it's not like a fight scene, it's also something in slow motion. Like everything was amazing about the Wayne death until like, you know, Bruce Wayne started floating in midair.
Are
and
you
I was
talking about Man of Steel or Batman versus Superman?
I'm talking about Batman versus Superman. Now I was going back and forth between the warehouse and everything. But
okay.
Long story short, the warehouse fight scene all goes down hard, hands, you know, everything amazing.
That is a really good fight scene. Cameron, what about you? If it's one of the owl fight scenes, I think I'm gonna leave.
No, actually, it was the fight in Sucker Punch where I had to fight to keep my sanity.
Actually, it was about to sound genuine. I was hooked. I was like, really?
I was like, wow, you really found something positive. Never mind. Okay.
That movie is real bad.
I didn't get to watch
actually
Sucker Punch.
Offensively bad.
I've been wanting offensively bad.
Have you watched Sucker Punch?
No, I didn't get to it this week.
You're not missing out.
You actually are. It's a good movie, I think. I don't know.
I think Angel and Demon on either shoulder here. I
think you have to watch it now just to appreciate.
Well, now I have to see what's so bad about it. It's like The Room. You got to see.
No, it's like The Ring. You'll die in 7 days.
Okay, so that's your vote for best fight. I'm surprised.
What do you think of Batman versus Superman, Cameron?
We're gonna get into this right now.
Bad. Not a good movie.
Hold on. If you guys haven't known, Cameron has been joining us for a bit now, but the very first episode he ever did was a Guardians review that we did. 3 months, maybe 3-4 months ago, 5 months ago. 5 months ago. Yeah, 5 months ago was episode 10, season 2, which originally was just supposed to be that. And it led on for another 45 minutes of him going back and forth on Zack Snyder, which then became season 2, episode part 2.
Yep.
Of the Zack Snyder Guardians face off.
I listened back to what I've said, Cameron, and I told James this.
Yeah, he's gone back.
Is that I was a bad debater. And even though I came around and said that Batman versus Superman, probably not a good movie, but I still like it a lot. And I like it a lot. And just want to say that I don't think it should be shit on as much as you're shitting on it, buddy. I take offense to it. It really matters.
Diarrhea when it comes to Zack Snyder stuff. I just can't stop shitting. No matter how hard I try.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, I'll say this would not be my movie. I definitely think that you shouldn't start off your DC universe by fighting Batman and Superman and having him be a murderer and not really explain it that well.
Why was Lex Luthor like a hyperactive toddler in that movie?
Honestly, I've watched that movie so many times, I've gotten used to it.
Hold on. There's my favorite thing in that episode is where Colin is going like, I'll probably try and pull it up, but it was like, I liked how we got to see this Batman that was broken and it was, having to kill, and then it was out without Robin and everything. And Cameron's like, he's doing stretches. I'm paraphrasing.
I know, but I'm gonna add context to it because
they can go watch the episode.
I know, but it goes to my other point, which is that like I had to do a lot of outside research.
Yeah,
right?
but the point was that my favorite thing after that is Cameron's stretching and he's doing this thing. He goes, Wouldn't it be great if we saw that in the movie? Like you're giving all these different things like you had to research, and he's like winding
I
up.
forgot that part. I forgot that part. Yeah.
Well, that's where I was trying to get to. But
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
this is a very divisive episode. Between
How is
Cameron
it?
and Colin. Well, between
Yeah.
Cameron and Colin, because you enjoy it. I just like his style. I like the way he kind of creates.
He's a
these
great
worlds.
cinematographer. He
Mhm.
shouldn't write.
Well, okay, hold on. I think his creativity is really good because he sets up these worlds that isn't only one direction. It's not singular. It's very different. It's a lot of different avenues you can go. Like Army of the Dead had Dieter's movie, which was Army of Thieves. I thought that was pretty good. He didn't direct it. He wrote that, I think.
I think
Yeah.
he was a producer on it too.
Yeah. So he
But
was
the
hired. Yeah.
director was the actor who was playing the main guy in Army
Yeah.
of Thieves.
Yeah. It was Dieter in the movie. Can't remember his name. It was Mathis.
Didn't he die in the movie?
So
It's a
spoilers, like I
prequel.
said, he dies in Army of the Dead, but this is a prequel. So you know that photo that
Why would anyone care?
I thought it was kind of cool because it explains why he was a great like bank
I,
kid. Like that's why he was able to get the heist.
I'm
There's
gonna
a
side
story
with
any of
Cameron
us
on this
need.
one because honestly, I'm subscribed to Netflix, so when I got that notification on my phone, Army of Thieves, and I saw the thumbnail, I was like, what? And then I clicked on it, and I was checking to see if it was April 1st, like if this was like a gag. Because like honestly, it was so confusing, and I was like, "There's zombies like in this area too now. Like what
Well,
the
it
you know?"
says literally it
It
says
doesn't even
before
have
Vegas.
zombies in it, right? It's just
No.
I
fuck.
know,
It's just that.
It was confusing because I'd rather see a
Well,
continuation
can
of
you
Army.
read? Because it says on the top left of the poster, before Vegas, one locksmith became a legend.
I
And
know.
God.
I just didn't want to see it. That's my point.
I get you, but the thing is that I like his creativity and I like how it's not just one singular thing. Like his new movie, Rebel Moon, split into two parts. Rebel Moon is also, I think, like has an anime.
I'm
a
excited for Rebel Moon.
I'm excited too. I'm super excited. And then Army of the Dead has its animated show coming out and then a sequel coming out at the same time. Like I feel like Netflix is giving Zack Snyder the chance to actually do stuff that DC or Warner Brothers, or both, wouldn't give him. Because what was
Just
the
let
reason why
Zack
he
Snyder
did?
cook.
Well,
Edgy
yeah,
Star Wars.
Well, I mean, it's
I
based
like
off
that.
of a canceled Star Wars pitch he gave to Disney, and then
Yeah.
he just was like, "I'm just gonna run with it."
Yeah, and that's kind of cool. And the thing is that a better question: why didn't he do the sequel for 300? Was he just never approached?
I I I think either creative differences or he
Bigger
was
and better things.
working on. Wasn't that movie coming around the time he was doing Man of Steel?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
So
yes.
I think he'd rather do a Superman movie than a sequel to 300, which
That's
is a
fair.
smart move because
That's
it was
so
a good
fair.
movie with a good actor.
Yeah, and
And
someone said because of the new stuff that's going on with
About
the
a
new,
year after Man of Steel.
we can't see that.
2014, 300 Rise of an Empire.
Wow, really?
oh, then he was cooking up Batman versus Superman,
He
a
wrote
movie
it,
we all
though.
love.
Oh, he wrote it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because someone tweeted out saying that for like just Man of Steel for something. Someone tweeted out like this new update that's going on with Superman Legacy, and it goes first Superman movie update in 10 years, and that's a long time because we were just talking about earlier. And
I'm so ready for Legacy.
No, there were updates though. Like
but no,
you
but
know,
like this is like the first time like a Superman movie is being filmed in like 10 years.
Yeah.
oh, that's what you mean. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
which
crazy.
is yeah. Because last time I saw it, I remember being like in like elementary school. I think I saw Man of Steel. I also saw it in the front row, which was not a good idea. But
Dude, you lost your mind.
I also lost my neck strength because I was holding it like this for about 2 hours, however long
My
that
neck's
movie is.
hurting now thinking about that.
Yeah. I just gave up and started standing in the part where you walk in before you get to your seats, like that long hall. That's where I just stood for a while. Going back to Zack Snyder, so he did the top 4 known for. He got his directors out. Best movie, Cameron. I know it's probably gonna just be so you're gonna go last here. Best movie in my opinion is either Man of Steel or Army of the Dead. I liked both of those movies a lot, and I'm a big zombies guy. So
yeah,
what are you gonna pick on?
Best movie, Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah, I figured. I like Zack Snyder's Justice League, but it was just because I was like when I watched it, we had the Justice League movie that was very disappointing, and I was just tired of just the whole release the Snyder Cut thing. I'm like I get it, I want it to, but can we just put it out? It just got a
And
little
now
tired
the
of hearing it.
restore the Snyderverse is like
I agree.
time if you give a mouse a cookie bowl.
Is that your favorite?
Honestly,
Is that your favorite movie,
So
Cameron?
annoying.
Is that your
They're in
favorite movie,
every
Cameron?
comment section. Oh,
I've
my favorite.
I've hold on. All right,
How are we doing this every time?
I've come around
To what?
to the fact that it's a little too late right now to restore the Snyderverse, but I do think if you were to restore it, it would be a great graphic novel series. Like it
Oh yeah,
continue.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Do that.
absolutely.
You can get Jim Lee, the like artist and also president, but like you can have him do the artwork, or you can even release it in, you know how like the Spider-Verse art book is in that like hardcover format?
Yeah.
You could have that format and be somewhat like storyboards and add scripts to it. That
Yeah.
would be the greatest fan service and be like, there it is.
Yeah, something tangible would be really fun, but I'm glad that it's no longer being something done at DC because David Zaslav would probably cancel it and make it a write-off.
Yeah. Like
That
that's not
would
something you
that.
need to throw $300 million at.
I don't know. I think you find a way.
But I'd say probably my favorite of his I guess it's Man of Steel.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Still not all that hot on it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I still think it fundamentally misunderstands Superman, but like as a
Some
movie
gems
itself,
in there.
fine.
Yeah, there's some gems. Like I love the interaction with Pa Kent and young Clark.
I hate Pa Kent. That man's a psychopath. He has no regard for human life. He was like, should I have let them die? Oh no, baby.
That's not what I was meaning. I meant the
Pa Kent's a monster. Bro is like, I can't let the in Kansas know that my kid's an alien. Let him die. Oh, and him dying in the dumbest way. Oh my god. He was just like, nah. Let me. Him dying of a heart attack is way more emotionally like significant because it's like that's a thing that Superman cannot save. You know what Superman can save? Getting caught up in a tornado. Sorry, I lost control. I lost myself. Hi.
You blacked out there, buddy.
Yeah.
stomach hurts. I'm crying. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
Paul Ken is not a.
so
I would.
let me really clarify.
He's very not good.
Let me re-clarify. The Pa Kent in that movie isn't perfect. I just like the interaction when they were talking at the alien like spaceship he came in, and he was like, "Can I just still pretend to be your son?" And then that moment where they're embracing, like,
That is a good moment.
that's a great, beautiful moment. Yeah, Pa Kent letting those kids just be like, "Let them drown." Couldn't swim, not my problem.
If you like, it's if it really, because it bothers me too, so I have to just come up with my own explanation, which is simply that like in that moment he was just very clueless and he was scared and being a protective father where he just didn't want his son's secret coming out because he's just so young. So he was like maybe, but like I don't think he knew all the right answers. He just was trying to be a protective father. That's the best explanation I can get out of it. But other than that, like, it doesn't tell you that, or there's not another scene where Martha's like, you can't be so hard on the boys. Like, I don't want him to know that I don't know what I'm doing. Like, it's just, there's nothing.
Kevin Costner impression, by the way.
That's my Paul Ken impression, dude. I don't know what an impression of Kevin is.
Something like that. I don't know. It's very gravelly. It's the equivalent of your Mark Wahlberg and Martin Scorsese.
Shut the fuck up.
That's a great bit. Yeah, Pa Kent maybe wasn't the best one, but here's the thing: it's sad to know that My Adventures with Superman was the best version of Superman we have gotten.
I need to watch more of that.
Oh, don't forget the Superman and Lois show. That Superman's awesome.
Oh, I did forget about that. That show just announced that its final season, season 4, was.
We're very sad.
You don't like it, Cameron?
No, it's just like everything that I've heard about the season 4 of that show is just like yikes.
Really?
Because like CW is gutting it. It's like a tiny.
That's what CW does.
They've gutted the budget. Like most of the cast is gone.
Yeah,
Like,
they don't really care anymore because I think Warner
It's sad.
Brothers contract with the CW or something like that with their like DC shows, like you know, Superman and Lois is one of the last
W is
ones.
owned by new people now.
Yeah,
Oh,
so like they don't care about
They're,
that brand anymore.
like,
It's like
like
I don't,
not
does DC even
Derek,
care
but
about
it's
their
like
own brand? I mean,
DC.
really?
I think they're still, to give them benefit of the doubt. I think they're still, you know, because James Gunn, like, I'm pretty sure he's really with the help of Zaslav or whatever his name is or whoever. I think they're just trying to like do like course correct the fastest they can, but the best efficient way. But also, DC has been really in the weeds for like a while,
Like
so
decades.
it's been so they're good. They're really gonna have to, you know, it's gonna get worse before it looks a lot better, which we saw
Well,
with the Flash.
Speaking of, did you see what Zaslav did this week?
What
for the
happened?
Flash?
Coyote versus Acme.
Oh, that's what I was saying the write-off bit for.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that actually wasn't a
Disgusting
movie,
stuff.
like a movie I didn't know was happening.
It's just disgusting that that man is so anti-art.
Yeah.
Just like, don't
Yeah.
be like, run a trust fund. You don't need to be running a studio, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You'd
We
be
could have
just
got
as
what?
so
he'd
what
be just
hashtag?
as happy running a trust fund or some banking firm
Oh
than he
yeah.
would be running the studio. Like, he doesn't care about what they
Like
make.
James Gunn has great ideas with Superman Legacy, Batman Brave and the Bold, Creature Commandos. Like,
Wrote that.
huh?
He wrote Coyote versus Acme.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Oh,
You imagine spitting in the face of the man who's now in control of your most important franchise like that? It's crazy stuff.
oh, James Gunn is gonna go crazy.
Dude, he already is
Well,
probably, but
yeah.
you know, I don't think, guys. I Superman Legacy.
Yeah, hold
Are
on.
we?
Let's go back to Zack Snyder. We'll get into Superman Legacy in a second. I know
I forgot this
I
was
know
an
that's what I
episode
forgot we are
about
doing.
that.
So,
I'd love to talk about
I
Superman
do want to talk
Legacy.
about something that Cameron almost blurted out before we got on here. So it recently came out saying that the Rebel Moon universe and the Army of the Dead movies are set in the same universe.
That's cool.
Stupid.
I like that. That's
I think
cool.
it's kind of cool. What is so bad about it?
Zombies in space
It's like
and
he was
like,
drunk. He was like, yeah.
but like the zombies like in the Army of the Dead universe, they're like extraterrestrial.
Well, I don't
Yeah, they
know if
are.
extraterrestrial, but they're very
Yeah,
more
dude.
human than they are zombies.
No, they're aliens because like you see like little like ships in the background in the opening credits. The zombies like there's even cyborg zombies as well.
Okay, so
Like
here's the
the
thing.
alien
There's a lot
universe.
about that movie that I don't understand. Yes, cyborg zombies. Yes, zombies getting it on and having kids. I There's so many things about the movie that I have questions and I do have answers, but that's why there's more of this stuff that's being made. I don't know if they're aliens. I think they were like I don't know. Actually, I don't even know. I don't even
Zack
know.
Snyder came out and said it.
Oh, he
It's
did.
it's confirmed.
When
Yeah,
did he
it's
say
confirmed.
this?
I mean, when the movie was
What
coming out, and there
rock
was
have I been
breakdown.
living under where I'm missing big information?
Yeah. I mean, there were like breakdown videos, and he was on podcast, and like there's like alien ships in the background, but he kept some of it vague. But like, you know, there was like, you know, there's a lot of mystery shrouded around it because there's like a bigger universe being built.
Huh.
But I think he said something about the cyborg zombies being like surveillance to like watch
Yeah,
over the
that's what I was
zombies.
saying. Yeah.
And there's like the alien ships in the background, and that like, you know, the zombie origin, its origins may be more alien.
Hmm. Okay, well then I definitely need to go find that and
So
rewatch the
it
movie.
being connected to Rebel Moon kind of makes sense. I'm like, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool. And
Okay.
also, we can probably get zombies in space.
That'd be pretty rad. Get a Dead
It would
Space
be.
movie. Get a Dead Space movie going. You guys, dude, Zack Snyder is Dead Space. That'd be kind of rad.
That would be rad. Cameron, thoughts?
He doesn't have any
Zack
thoughts.
Snyder, what now? I spaced out. Sorry.
Dead Space movie.
I don't care. Sure. Actually, no. I think John Carpenter wants to make one. Let him.
No,
make it.
so we actually talked about it on our John Carpenter episode. You guys can check it out now. Thanks, Cameron, for the plug. He was approached for it, but what Colin said is that he wasn't going to do it. He was just approached.
Yeah.
would be kind of cool if he did that though.
Make him do it.
I would, yeah.
Rather play the
I'd
video
like him to
game.
do it.
Get
Not
off
make
the
the
couch.
movie.
Stop playing video games and watching basketball,
Hey,
which I know is all he wants to do.
which is something we also said in the podcast. That's the most relatable thing he has ever said. He's such a guy for that.
I love him.
It's
He
so
smokes
good.
weed with his kids. He definitely does.
Dude,
Okay.
he looks like weed personified.
He looks like a manager at a vape shop.
That's well put, Colin. I'm
He
really...
looks like he plays banjo on his porch.
Yeah, actually, I want to learn how to play the banjo.
Really?
Yeah, I want to do that. I want to learn that kind of like in my retiring years.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good retirement instrument.
Yeah, get on a rocking porch and just start. The first song I want to learn.
Porch?
What?
Hey there, Delilah.
No, sitting on a rocking chair on the porch. God,
You said rocking porch.
Did I really say that? Oh, I think that's still a great idea. Property Brothers, get on it. But the first song I want to learn on the banjo. No, that
Is
more
it
of a
the
violin
song? Is it the song from the goats doing the banjo and Hoodwinked when they're on that
I
rail?
didn't think about that. That's now the second song I want to learn. Cameron, it's Rainbow Connection.
No, I won't back down from Barnyard. Dude, that scene was awesome. I watched that scene so much on the DVD that I couldn't watch it anymore. Where he's like on the hill saying, "And I won't back," and then he beats the shit out of the coyotes. So rad. Good movie.
Did you see the TikTok where the guy was like, "There's a cow farm. You're gonna find cows outside."
It's a cow farm. There's gonna be cows outside.
And I won't back down.
It's like disturbing. It's terrifying.
It's so funny though. But no, it was Rainbow Connection, Cameron. I really thought you would have guessed
Oh,
Rainbow
yes,
Connection.
that.
Come on. Just sitting on a rocking porch. Boom, 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 boom.
While I was at Universal.
Oh, did you ride Rip Ride?
Yeah.
Ah, it's a great ride. I miss. Whenever I go back, I have to do Freebird again. That was truly transcending.
You have to do what?
Freebird.
Freebird? Oh, I did that too.
Colin,
that's-
whenever we go to Universal, you ride Rip Ride Rocket. There's two songs I'm making you go on it with. Rainbow Connection is one of them. Me and Micah wrote it together. We almost passed out from laughing so hard.
No, there's 3 songs.
Well, there's a certain amount you can pick.
Oh, you can't pick your. What about we use our like?
You do not want headphones on that ride.
Oh.
No.
Not even if they're wired.
Nope. They will be gone. They will be in the
They also
lake.
won't let you on it with them.
That is true.
Cowards.
Yeah. Either way, it's a great ride. If you guys are riding it if you're listening and getting on it, pick those songs. One thing before we move on to the SAG-AFTRA stuff. I think Zack Snyder is a good director in his cinematography. I think he really knows how to make emotion feel vivid. Like I think he can really show you the emotion.
Cameron.
Are you just now noticing he does this? He's done this like once every episode he's been on.
Wow.
So
I'm
either
sorry.
way.
You.
No. I took
It's been a while. I don't blame.
Yeah, it's been a long time, but it really, I thought you'd pick it up by now. I think Zack Snyder is very creative, and I like where his head goes on all these stories and where they can go and how he creates these stories and these worlds. I think there are some parts of his movies that are needing of adjustment. What just happened?
Dog.
Either way, I like his stuff. I'm very, very fond of his work. You're gonna see me in the movie theaters whenever his next movies comes out. Colin,
Dude,
how do you feel about it?
If Rebel Moon comes out in theaters, we're going to go
We're
see
so
it.
gonna go see that.
Like, there's no way Zach isn't gonna have it be shown in theaters or Netflix even.
Well, if he is, it's not gonna be here. It's probably gonna be back in LA.
I have faith. I have faith because they were playing the David Fincher's Killer in theaters, and they were playing it around.
Watch that movie. I watched it last night. It's good.
I wanted to watch it.
On Netflix.
It's on Netflix right now. Came out
Perfect.
yesterday.
I gotta get Netflix now.
It's really good.
Colin,
But
we'll hang out one night. We'll watch it.
But I really love, honestly, like if I'm being genuine, I really love Zach's imagination and his sort of depiction of superheroes. I love Superman, but I also love like, you know, I also love something that's slightly different. I wasn't a big fan of Paul Kent, but I really liked Henry Cavill's Superman, and having his first go about be that he fucked up an entire city, and then the second movie having explored that, like, yeah, people might be scared of you, even though you saved us, you're also terrifying.
Sure.
And I get that we're tired of the, evil Superman trope or whatever, but honestly, like it wasn't as egregious back then when Zach was doing it, because that was only recently Injustice had evil Superman. But I really like Ben Affleck's Batman. I do wish he wasn't killing so much, but honestly, I
Quick
forgive.
thing. Why didn't, when Zod was about to laser beam down that family, why didn't he just cover his eyes?
Because it's a movie.
Okay. All right.
That's
But like realistically, he could have just done like a.
realistically, I think that like Superman probably was just overwhelmed, and he saw that as the only option.
Why
I
didn't he
guess
fly?
because Zod probably would have just come right back down and like do it over. Like it's not
Well,
like Zod.
he could fly
Not like Zod's
opposite
gonna be
to where he's
stopped.
facing.
It's not like Zod's gonna be stopped and be like, "Oh, hey, you moved me. I'm not gonna go back and do it again."
Well, he's got him by the neck, so he just.
Again, you're also like, how much longer is that fight gonna last then?
That's true.
If he's like struggling, do you really want to?
I hear you. I get you. Cameron, say something nice about Zack Snyder.
Um,
Jesus, dude.
I'm sorry. My brain is going on. I think he makes pretty images.
Pretty.
If I watch his movies and I just turned it down, turned off the volume, and like had it running in the background as a screensaver, I'd be like, this guy's pretty cool. He makes some great screensavers.
All right. Yeah, that's really nice of you, Cameron. All right. So Cameron had a hard out, but we're going to be doing some SAG-AFTRA updates real quick before we wrap up. SAG-AFTRA, they won. They won. They did it. They got it. They did it. They got it. They did it good. I'm super proud of them. They did 118 days of striking before a tentative agreement was met. So they did a really good job sticking out on it. Colin is enjoying his birthday gift. Really.
I at least we get to talk about this bullshit again.
We'll talk about that another day if you want to talk about the Disney Plus shows. Some things I do want to go over. So that they won, and I had something saved here. I wanted to actually go over real quick. Where is it at? Okay, so the new deal is valued at $1 billion. It includes a streaming participation bonus, above pattern minimum compensation increase, substantial increases for pension and health caps, pay increases for background actors, contract provisions protecting diverse communities, and major provisions for consent and compensation from AI. And in case you guys didn't hear about this, their last agreement was saying like, hey, this is the AMPTP, was like, hey, we want to use dead people's faces and scans and never tell the family or ask for permission or never even pay them. And the internet in droves disagreed and called them out for their it's an evil act.
It is quite despicable.
Pretty insane how they saw that and were like, that's good. Send that over. Like
that is just
it's evil.
It is honestly, when you hear that, it sounds awful, but then you kind of think to yourself, I forget we're human beings. I forget we do this stuff.
Yeah, well,
have no regard for other people other than ourselves. Honestly, I'm really glad the deal went through. It just not just because I get to talk about my favorite stuff as well, but like if they reach to an agreement, a contract where their likenesses, their like their reputations, their images, AI is not going to steal our jobs or blah blah blah. If they're happy with the agreement, then I can be a little I can be a little less stressed. You get what I'm saying?
Of course, this is all for them, and really, truly doesn't like affect us in any way. I'm just glad that people are finally being like taken care of in their industry that they deserve to be taken care of, because they put a lot of effort into it. I mean, WGA's was 148 days, bordering 150 for their strike, and then it was almost 120 for SAG-AFTRA. So about a month difference, which is a long time either way for a strike to go through. And the studios were saying like this is the last and best and final offer, which was bull. We all knew that. And they said the exact same thing for WGA. Then they still got their deal, and they were more worried, the studios, about not meeting the schedules and anything for content for the next year, because all the good stuff they were having be ready for this year, they kept pushing back on something they could have ended they could have ended it in a day if they were not being stubborn.
Yeah, they could have, but
they ain't gonna.
The strikers had to wear them down.
Yeah.
They're probably thinking this isn't gonna last this is gonna last
They
less
even
than
said we're gonna wait till they lose their homes. Remember that whole thing for the WGA?
Oh, I didn't remember that at all.
I can never forget that. Remember they're like, yeah, we're gonna wait till they start losing their homes and everything.
Oh, dude.
A lack of a better word. I'm paraphrasing on that. And something came out with DreamWorks co-founder Jeff Katzenberg, who I don't remember when. We talked about him about Quibi and that amazing platform that everyone uses. You use Quibi, Colin?
No.
Never did either. It says he said AI will cut costs of animation movies by 90% within 30 years. In the good old days, you might need 500 artists and years to make a world-class animated movie. I don't think it'll take 10% of that 3 years from now. 3 years is how long they have the tentative agreement too, by the way.
Did anyone check his math though? Because honestly, I hope he's wrong, because that's scary.
I mean, I'm not saying his math's right or wrong, but it's scary that he has exactly 3 years as his number, because 3 years is how long they have that tentative agreement with SAG-AFTRA.
Wait a minute, what?
So the agreement for SAG-AFTRA is
so it lasts for 3 years and then they have to renew it?
That's what I remember. That's what I remember hearing.
What?
I could be wrong. I commonly am, but I remember hearing that this is only a 3-year tentative agreement. Can't seem to find my notes about it, but I do remember hearing a lot about this tentative agreement only going on for a few years. It's sadly not a lifetime thing, but it is something that they have to keep fighting for, because
not even like a lifetime thing, just more like I figured that like it would have been, I don't know. I feel less secure now.
No, I hear you, and I again, I could be wrong, so it could be a longer agreement, but I remember it being 3 years, and I hope that when it comes down to when it has to be renewed or whether they have to do anything for the next time, it's a better agreement, because that was BS on how long it took. And another thing was that next year, so because I think the way the schedules work and everything, I don't really know why, but I remember something. It's a quote here. It says next year that IATSE, the Animation Guild, will enter negotiations for their new contracts. If they have to strike to get the deals they deserve from the studios, they will prove the same. We will provide the same support that we have done for WGA and SAG-AFTRA. So I think that was I copied and pasted that from something. I don't remember who that was quoted by, but the IATSE and the Animation Guild are going into negotiations next year. So there could be another animation strike, or a strike for animation.
And so, like, would it be like
animators, dude?
All animators.
Animators. Which is, by the way, a medium.
Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
You remember? Hold on. You remember the Across the Spider-Verse where, after the movie came out, there were artists that quit. Like there was like
during production.
During production. And I'll say this. That movie is gorgeous, beautiful to look at. Clearly you can see the hard work. But if there's a way to get that quality in that movie, but also have animators be, like working safe, healthy, conditions that, they can meet their deadlines without being stressed, then that would be amazing. Because just think about think about the context of the third movie. If we have to wait like an extra long time to get like an awesome movie, that's where like my mentality is.
And I hear you. And like you said, that movie's absolutely beautiful. Like that.
Yeah.
I rewatched it not too long ago. So good. It's such a good movie. But it's only as good as it is because those animators took time, real hard work time into putting into this movie. And yeah, Phil and Lord Miller were maybe not being that smart with how they were making this movie's time frame, but no animator, no one person should
That could also be let's because that also could be a Sony thing because they do have a history.
But the main point is that the people who are in charge of these movies, director, producer, company, whatever, they shouldn't be putting the animators through so much stress. Yes, it is hard work, and I'm not saying these people don't show their work at all. These people show their work through and through. I follow tons of animators on TikTok and Instagram, and I love seeing their artwork and everything. But knowing that artwork wasn't done in like a minute, but it takes time. You got to get the right shading, get the right color, expressions, all these other different things that are a lot to juggle with. That's not an easy task. That's not something you rush. And I think the reason why you feel emotion in these movies is because the person involved in it put that time in there. And I can go on for hours about this. Either way, I'm really glad that the people who are tired of their conditions, tired of their treatment, everything, are fighting against what's been normally going on and wanting to get something better. So good job on them, and I really hope they don't have to strike, because this will be the biggest like array of strikes in almost a year's time.
Yeah.
So
that is and you hate to hear it, not because and I don't mean that as like, you know, I hate hearing about these strikes. I'm so annoyed. That's not where I mean, like, you hate to hear it as in like, you know, they feel like
that's what they have to resort to.
Yeah, they have to resort to that because, you know, I mean, if these other strikes are awakening like a, you know, which is cool, you know, like other areas of work are being inspired to be like, you know, be brave enough to step up and be like, I shouldn't be treated like this. I want this to be my career. I want to love my job, and you're not making me love my job, you know?
Yeah, or even helping, providing what's needed. So
yeah, I mean, these movies, like we run on entertainment, you know. Back in the old days, we just stared at a wall, dude. Like
that was our old days.
Like, we live in a great time of watching movies, playing video games, you know, reading comics, you know, or just reading in general, you know. And those are people that are working hard and being creative. And with these studios, they're abusing that. Like they're milking all of that creative energy and being like, here's a deadline, here's how you're gonna work. You know, it sucks. It sucks.
Yeah, it does suck. I don't know why it has to resort to this. So that's pretty much all the SAG-AFTRA stuff. Before we officially wrap up, there are two things I want to go over. One of them being is that a recent update with Insomniac has come out and stated that Miles Morales will now be the main Spider-Man in future projects in the Insomniac universe. So that's pretty cool. We're going to be getting a lot of more Miles-based content. I haven't played Spider-Man 2 yet. You've played it a dozen times over. I really cannot wait to play as both Spider-Man and excuse me, sorry. Plays both Spider-Man and explore that whole city and everything, and actually play the game. But with that being said, Colin, Peter's gonna die, right? Like, Peter's gonna die. Well, I know how the game ends. By the way, I'm not gonna say how the game ends here. I will let you know. I know how the game ends.
All right, let's just hit a spoiler thing because it's gonna be.
I don't know. It's still pretty fresh. I want to wait for people to actually play the game.
All right, fine.
So people
I'll talk around it. So,
Colin, make it so vague, please.
So with Spider-Man 3, all right, you're not okay. Even though they say that like Miles is gonna be the main, I still think there's that underlying like Peter is gonna be around because you know, in the context of Spider-Man 2, Peter's getting much older, you know, and he's wanting something more with his life than Spider-Man. You know, he's just wanting, you know, he wants to take the Peter Parker side of himself and make that like his, his responsibility to the world of being a scientist. And with Miles being much younger, he's where Peter was. So Miles is probably going to be the main Spider-Man, but Peter isn't really going to die. And they're not gonna have a Marvel Spider-Man 3, and they're not gonna not include Peter Parker to fight future villains that are teased, like iconic Peter OG Spider-Man villains. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I
So
hear you. And maybe they'll even with the next Spider-Man movie, not movie, Spider-Man game, they'll introduce fun little side characters like Armadillo, like some things like that. Oh,
the close
Wrecking Crew.
Wrecking Crew would be cool. Wrecking Crew would be cool.
Wrecking Crew would be sick.
What other villains have they not
Well, I'm
really?
not gonna say what they have in the second game because I know that
I know.
I know you and I talked. I would like to see. Well, I mean, they have one big guy that they teased up that I'd like to see come that you would like to see come back.
Oh yeah, I'm a sadist.
That gave away who it is.
Well, no, that's most Marvel.
Stilt Man would be kind of fun. A little side mission.
Oh, you know what? Different question. What Insomniac game do you think would be perfect for what Marvel game would be perfect for the Insomniac brand? Because I'm going with Daredevil.
They see Daredevil's a good option. See for me,
Deadpool.
We talked about this. I would love to see Deadpool and Spider-Man in the same game, and so would Yuri
Oh yeah, we
Lowenthal.
did have this
That was I think on
conversation.
our Martin Scorsese episode.
Wow.
But I know, but because Yuri wants to have Nolan North's Deadpool come back, which would be so good.
Dude, I'm time slipping.
I know. See, for me, I'm going. I don't know because there's so many amazing stories that I want to see play out in a video game, but they don't involve one character. Because the first thing that came to my mind was Inhumans, and then the second one came to my mind was Fantastic Four because they have the Baxter Building. So maybe it was like a side mission. Be able to like go in somewhere, and then you're falling in a tube, and that's how you get that pose of them in the Fantastic Four. Like
Dude, that could be the time, like the home screen of
sure,
just like,
yeah,
and then you press the
photo
thing, and then
mode and
it goes through.
yeah, either way, like I would love to have that little moment in the Baxter Building where something happens and it's like, oh, I didn't expect to see this kid or whatever. But what I would actually like to see done by Insomniac, besides Superman as well, because they've said we can't make a Superman game, and yet they made this amazing masterpiece. I would really like to see a Green Lantern game.
A Green Lantern game.
Yeah. See, I know for a long time I haven't spoken about Green Lantern because I haven't read a lot of his comics in a long time. You see me a lot of them. I would like to see a Green Lantern game because they have amazing fast travel. So, you're a protector of normally Earth, but there's other planets that, they're the space police. And it'd be kind of cool that if you have to go to like Oa, and so the fast travel is that like that brief thing in the Green Lantern movie, and just kind of shoot up in space, and bam, you're in Oa, and you maybe check out all these different planets, and you have Kilowog, and you have all these other amazing characters.
Yeah,
Green Lantern
that does sound really cool.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna go back to Marvel for a second.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot.
No. You're good. You're good. That was actually a really cool video.
Oh, Hawkeye!
Because I was thinking Hawkeyes would be really cool. Let me touch
Hawkeye
on
be
that.
so rad.
Because that would be really cool. Like you could have it be like Starfield, but have like Hal Jordan be a space cop, just like traveling from planet to planet.
And now you're thinking.
I think another Hawkeye would be amazing. I think Midnight Suns as a video game and not a stupid card game would be cool. Because like when they announced that, I was like, "That's awesome."
Wait, the Midnight Suns was a card game?
Yeah, the Midnight Suns video game was a card game. It wasn't like, it was one of those like RPG, like,
Was it really?
Yeah, like you activated cards. You still see them like have finishers and stuff, but it's just, I hate.
That's so dumb.
I know. But like having a midnight, like, just imagine like having it be a third person, like you're like, you're switching from character to character.
Yeah. I was thinking though, because I saw Midnight Suns, I was thinking Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider. But I think Rockstar could do that better because it'd almost be like GTA.
I think Insomniac would get away with like, driving. Cause like,
yeah,
dude, they perfected swinging. I'm sure they're competent enough
Well,
to
because like Rockstar's already done that pretty much good driving stuff with GTA. Now just imagine a flaming car.
Yeah, but also like Rockstar's games take such long periods of time.
I would gladly wait for a Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider game. No problem.
Yeah, but if I would have a Rockstar make a video game for me, I wouldn't go with Ghost Rider.
I
I'd
hear you.
probably go with something much bigger, like a huge open world Marvel's Avengers game.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of them that I think they can go niche wise. Marvel, I would like to see Hawkeye. I like Hawkeye. I'd like to see
Hawkeye,
it. Hawkeye be really cool.
Hawkeye made by Naughty Dog.
Ooh, Naughty Dog would be really good. Let's see. I mean, there's so many other great characters and stuff I'd like to see, like the My Life as a Weapon thing that could be a DLC, and Fantastic
The
Four.
whole game.
Well, in addition to the game, like you actually meet Kate, like that, like the whole story of the game is that, but the DLC is where you meet Kate from there.
Dude, it's like The Last of Us, where like you have Hawkeye and you have Kate Bishop.
That'd be so rad. That'd be so rad. And the cover art could be the My Life as a Weapon series where they're both perched up on the corner and the. I love that series. Okay. And the last thing I want to talk about.
We're starting a Google Doc.
We're starting. That's really.
I like how this conversation turned out.
Oh, it would start as Zack Snyder and it's ending here. One thing I want to talk about, a new Marvel movie came out recently. It's still pretty fresh, so I'm just kind of trying and be a little vague here, but I'm sure everyone else can figure it out. A recent Marvel movie came out, and personally, I'm excited. I like everyone involved. I'm excited. Mr.
You're a
Optimistic.
fool to be excited, but that's okay.
You're a fool to be so negative. But the director, who is
Director.
director Nia DaCosta. I think I'm saying that right. I hope I am. Nia DaCosta. The reason hate for her is bull. I hate.
No.
It's no. The reason hate
That
with
movie,
her. No,
No,
not
no.
the, hold on, not hold on. Take out the movie. Take out everything else. This is what I'm saying. The recent hate and criticism for this woman, I don't think is justified on this. You don't have to like the movie. You don't have to like her writing. You don't have to like her directing. That is not what I'm talking about. I am excluding all sense of whatever she does as her profession.
So the criticism stems from the recent movie.
It stems from the movie, but it's the fact that she left the movie to go start working on her other thing because she was held by the contract. But the thing is that it's not something no director has done. Steven Spielberg working on Jurassic Park and then Schindler's List, I believe they came out the same year, is not something uncommon. Like they bounce back and forth. She didn't ignore the project. She just physically wasn't there. She worked on it abroad. Like she was working on it remotely.
But she did it the same way that they did it in COVID.
It's similar, but the thing was is that she had to go start working on this other project because that's what she was held to, and everyone's like, "Oh, she's just leaving her project before it's even done." Like after, like during post production, that's when this was happening. But it's like, do you know how many directors do that? Do you know how many people work on two projects at the same time? And it's not that big of a deal because they can still give their attention individually.
Yeah, Guy Ritchie did that when
James Gunn does that.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder, I'm sure he's got a billion ideas going on in his head, and he still manages to put this stuff on paper. But this is a quote for her. She says, "By the time I left to start prepping my next film, everyone was so clear about what the film was and what we wanted. It really wasn't this dramatic sort of thing people are thinking it is," which is the case. Like it happens. Directors go and do this, but that doesn't mean they're ignoring the movie. Like they're not caring about it. She's just working on it abroad. So everyone's just gotta calm down. Like, geez.
That's also
It
the
just pisses
internet
me
for
off.
you, dude, because that's also the internet for you. Like there are
I
some
know.
wild takes and wild people out there.
Like you don't have to like the characters involved in the movie. That's up to you. It's your prerogative. It's your opinion. You don't have to like them. I like them. I think they're fun characters. And again,
Yeah.
And again, you know me. For every Marvel movie, bad, horrible, or what, I'm still just happy that we got to see characters go from a piece of paper to a screen, whether they be for one movie, whether they be for 15, ever the case. I'm still just happy that we have this team up. Again, I'm trying to be a little vague here.
Yeah.
Just people got to calm down and just not take everything so seriously.
Yeah.
So you got anything else to add on that?
I honestly, I am not too crazy about the film that's going to be coming out.
It's fine.
But I really do like the director.
Yeah.
Director. She is. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but the remake of Candyman is really slept on. Not a lot of people.
I didn't.
I felt like there's quite a few people that didn't like it, but I really loved it a
Well,
lot.
I didn't like it. I did not like it. I just didn't watch it.
Oh no, yeah, that's fine. I mean, it came and went, but that's my only experience with her work. But I really love the direction that the movie took, and honestly, when you see like big names coming in for Marvel movies, for me personally, it gets very scary because I feel like I'm not really going to see their work. Does that make sense?
No, I get
Because
you.
everything is very committee made. You also might have to blur what I said earlier.
What'd you say?
And I said I said a company, Marvel, and I don't know if
I'll figure it out.
anyway, but to my point is that I really I don't take that criticism very seriously. I think that's really weird. I think it's just as weird as when Brendan Fraser was getting flack during his recent movie. It's just everyone like when you be on the internet for a while, you kind of notice just how nitpicky everyone is.
Everyone's so nitpicky.
That's like my little that's where I go to humble myself because I'm like, yeah, I could be like them.
And Colin, we're on a podcast on the internet.
Yeah.
It's
So we're also not helping, I guess.
No, I mean we're not causing a lot of stir. I hope. Cameron probably is with his Zack Snyder thing. Get him on a soapbox. So.
Oh my God, we were watching a man breakdown.
I'm still not over the fact his direction of podcast. So that'll have to wrap up season 2, episode 28, Colin's birthday episode. Happy birthday, Colin. Sorry if it really didn't go as planned for you.
It was
Colin.
fun.
Colin, next episode, who do you think we're going to be talking about? And because Cameron isn't here, I'm going to give you another guess. So you guessed yesterday on our call. I don't know why I did, but I'll give you another guess.
Sam Raimi.
No, that's who you guessed yesterday.
Oh,
that still counts. No, I'm not gonna tell you again. Guess again. Guess again. You guess your last guess.
I gotta know.
This is your last guess.
I'd say Alex Garland, is that his name? The director of Annihilation? No,
it's Greta Gerwig.
Oh, the Barbie lady.
Also, many other movies. She's made like she's made total of 4, but the other 3 are great.
Lady Bird, she did.
Lady
as well.
Bird, Little Women, and I can't remember off the top of my head.
My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2.
No. Sorry. It's the dumbest. Okay. Nights and Weekends. That was the other one she did.
Oh yeah, pretty close. So, Greta doing Greta.
Ew. Stupid. Okay. Have you seen that movie?
Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Yeah, have you seen my Big Fat Greek Wedding 2?
I haven't. I only remember the reviews.
I like the movies. They're cute.
So were they getting remarried or was it a divorce?
No, the first movie was between Tula and the guy from Sex and the City. The second one was because the parents' marriage, I don't think, was legal or something.
Oh, you ever have that happen where your parents' marriage isn't legal?
Only on Days That End with Y. And then the third one, the dad died. A spoiler, dad. Well, they showed the
third one.
It came out this year.
Wow.
They showed in the trailer.
Where's that episode?
I don't know. That's our cinema showcase season. But the third one is where they go to Greece because the dad died and he wanted the family to be together. I think to like spread his ashes or something. I didn't watch it. I thought my dad loves the first one, and he thought the second one was cute. And then we went to go see Indiana Jones in the theaters whenever it came out, and it showed the trailer for that. And my dad goes, "Looks dumb." Like, that's like, oh, okay, didn't expect that.
I love
So
your dad.
my dad is
I love your dad.
he's so funny.
I
All right.
want him to speak at my funeral. I want him to
How
stand.
early are you planning to die?
Don't check the math.
Yeah, he'll have we'll play an audio recording. We'll get it ready beforehand. So that'll have to wrap up season 2, episode 28 of the Tu-Vie podcast. If you guys enjoyed the episode, be sure to like and hit a follow on the channel or Apple Podcasts or Spotify, wherever you're listening. Also, be sure to check us out on Instagram and TikTok. That's where we're both at. And also, check us out on Letterboxd. We post a lot of good stuff there. If you guys want to find out what we're watching, what we have been watching, check out our list and everything, go check it out there. We'll see you guys next time.